Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. It is currently Sunday at 8:22, Sunday the 5th, and this is the reading vlog for Sunday the 5th through Saturday the 11th. Is that? I always forget to check. Yes, and currently, I'm in chaos. So, let's just start off with today we babysat my cousin, no big deal. But the thing that's stressing me out is currently, so there is this thing called the Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge, and it's a year-long reading challenge that has now been extended into 2022, where you read books to fill in characters, to get Marvel characters, to recruit them to your team. And currently we are on Endgame, the boss battle, because of the Endgame movie and all of that. But essentially we have this map here, and we have to go through the characters by doing reading prompts to try to recruit them all, because, well, save them is more the term, because they have been blipped. If you know the end of Infinity War, about half the universe, the people get blipped, and in our thing, it's half of the Avengers get blipped. And yes, these are not the Avengers that get blipped in the actual, end of Infinity War, but these are the ones that we have that were blipped. And so, yesterday this started, and the first thing was read 100 pages, and I read that very easily of, The Night Circus. So this is one book I currently have started. This essentially, this will be one of my main focus reads this week. This essentially, we follow this circus that only shows up at night. Well, it's only open at night, and it shows up in random places, for unknown amounts of times, and at random places, random times type thing. And we have these two people that are in this competition of some sorts. And yeah, that's all I'm really gonna explain to this. I'm currently 212 pages into it, and I'm kind of enjoying it. It's probably a 3.5. Not loving it, not hating this. I originally DNF'd this back in March of 2020, and now I'm picking it up again because I do really want to try to read it. But then there was that. There's a few challenges that I did, and I read that. Then one was, okay, read a book that's been on your TBR for more than 2 years and read 40 pages. So I just finished that, and for that I started How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. I am 40 some pages into it, and I'm enjoying it. But then, so I move on to the next Avenger I want to recruit. For that, the thing is, start 6 books and read 20 pages of each. So let me just pop up my TBR and see what books I'm starting, because I have a bunch. So I guess I will be starting, let's see. Over the next, I'll be reading these slowly. I don't know I probably won't talk about these at all. But I'll probably be reading Fate and Flames by Miranda Lynn, the first 20 pages. Unforgiven by Angelina J. Steffart, the first 20 pages. Fairy Fallen by Carol Beth Anderson, the first 20 pages. The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody, the first 20 pages. Iron Widow by Zyron J. Zhao, the first 20 pages. And probably something else, I don't know. Maybe The Accidental Dental Apprentice by Amanda Foody, the first 20 pages. The thing is, just because I don't even know how many that is, if that's 6, I don't know. I'll probably read a bunch of these, start the first 20 pages, and then put them off to the side, and then pick one to continue with, just entirely. So I think that's the plan. I think I do know which one I am going to stick with of those bunch, but I will kind of just read them. So I guess I'm starting 7 different books this evening / tomorrow morning. Wish me luck. That's currently where we're at. And then whatever book I pick to move on more with, I'll continue on with. So, yeah. And this will be filmed a mix on my phone and my camera here, which battery just finished charging, I think. So quality will kind of bounce back and forth. It's mainly just whatever's closer to me in the moment, I'll probably film on. So yeah. Okay, so it is 9 p.m. on Monday, and I haven't updated the vlog. Last night I did do that, start like 6 books, read the first 20 pages, pick a book, and then that will be your book you choose. So I read 6 different books, the first 20 pages, and I ended up picking Fairy Fallon by Kara Beth Anderson because that is an arc, and I want to be able to post the review on release day because, well, I want to be able to do that, unlike some books where I'm not able to post the review until a couple weeks later, because I absolutely adore Beth. Like, literally she says to call her Beth, to the point like anytime I interact with her, so I'm like, I get to call you by your middle name because that's the name you prefer by. But that's a whole thing. Like, literally one of the sweetest persons I've ever interacted with in my life. Kira and Juan, there's a couple people who are also so sweet. So essentially in Fairy Fallon we follow Sayla, who is a fairy, and essentially she ends up being labeled like a fallen fairy after she interacts with humans too much, because essentially more specifically the Unseelie don't like interacting with humans, as humans essentially almost invaded their planet after essentially what happened. A little brief backstory, I guess, is essentially fairies fled Earth to this new planet via who the fuck knows, really not even explained, and then humans many years later followed, not meaning to, but they needed a new home. They landed on this planet, and now fairies and humans coexist, although fairy kind of wish the humans weren't there, but whatever. And then the humans are trying to kind of eradicate the Fae, and essentially we have Sayla, who ends up getting sent on this message by the king of the Seelie to go into this human family, the Darrow family, and gain information about this, like, kind of almost like the rebellion against fairies, and by doing so she ends up having to tutor the Darrow's son Covian to teach him the Fae languages for reasons, and all of that. And it is kind of like, do I want to say enemies to lovers? Yes. And like, I beta read this for Beth back in September. Was it? Yes, it was September. And so now I have the arc, and I've already noticed a few changes. I'm 16% into it, and literally I'm like loving it so much. It's going to be 5 stars. When I beta read it, I knew it was going to be 5 stars, although I do not include beta reads on any of my spreadsheets because, well, I just don't, for various reasons. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. I'm enjoying it so much. But today my friend came over, that's why I didn't vlog up until now. And it's currently again 9 o'clock. I'm not going to read any of the Night Circus because, well, I'm kind of tired. I was supposed to film some videos tonight, but that will be pushed to tomorrow. I'm not doing a video Wednesday like I normally do because I am trying to plan for my 12 days of Bookmas, with essentially meaning that I'm going to be uploading 12 videos in 12 days, and well, technically 13 videos in 13 days, because this vlog goes up the day before the 12 days of Bookmas start. And funny thing, I have 2 videos filmed for that. I need to film a lot more videos. I have all the video ideas that I need to film. I just need to sit down and actually film them, and then edit them, and then like schedule them. So that's kind of today's plan. Not today's plan, Jesus Christ, not today's plan. This week's plan, as well as schoolwork, because I'm do schoolwork. I'm a student still in school, as well as just kind of whatever pops up and all of that. So I'm gonna crawl into bed, and okay, well, actually, back to the Avengers like reading thing. The next prompt, I'm pulling up my thing. Essentially, I saved another Avenger, well, 2 Avengers last night, and now I'm working on Hulk, which is to finish a 400+ page book. And Fairy Fallon it's 416 pages according to Goodreads, and we're going with it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to finish as much of it as I can today, like tonight. Although I'm definitely not finishing it tonight, but like maybe I can get to like 60%, because I'm currently 16, so maybe like 60% is a goal. I have a specific point in mind that I want to get to. I just can't remember how far into the story that is. Is it 60%? Is it more? Is it less? I'm not sure. And like, so currently that brings me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Avengers recruited, with a 6th one I am working on. So I will let you know how that goes in the morning. I will kick myself in the ass if I don't. And I also will kick myself in the ass while editing this if I don't. So, yeah. Who is going to kick me in the ass because it is 1:23 and I'm just now updating the vlog, even though I was going to do it earlier and then my mom needed to talk to me, so then I put the phone away and then I didn't pick up it again. That's my excuse. So last night I made it to exactly 60% of Fairy Fallen. I'm absolutely loving it. It's gonna be 5 stars. I fucking love these characters so much, and like all of that. Like, literally all I can say is like I love it. Go read it when it comes out. Comes out December. I can't check Goodreads because Goodreads is down and Amazon's down. Okay. It's Tuesday, the 14th, December 14th. That's when it comes out. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get that finished tonight. Currently I am watching Lisa from Lisa Does Life. She's doing some sprints, so I'm using those sprints to do some schoolwork. And that's pretty much what the day has been. I found out that I go to work tomorrow, and Saturday, but let's get through tomorrow first. Let's be honest. So yeah, like, that's pretty much where we're at. Okay, so it is 7:25 and I've done some of my schoolwork and like kind of just done things this afternoon, yada yada yada. And then I read 30 pages of The Night Circus, and you may ask, oh my god, you read so much of it on Sunday, why did you only read 30 pages? And it's because my brain just isn't letting me. I say that as I'm going to hopefully finish Fairy Fallen tonight, which is like over 150 pages left, maybe. Go back to this. I am enjoying it. Like, it's a good book. I don't know if I said this before, but it's probably only going to be like a 3 or a 3.5. And so, yeah, that's like pretty much all I have to say. Like, there's no big things that I want to talk about. Like, the characters are okay. I do really enjoy the setting of the circus. But other than that, nothing really else to say. Okay, so it is, what time is it? It is 6:29 on Wednesday, and today I've gone to work. I've gone Christmas shopping. I have my mom's Christmas present. And, well, let's just start back to last night. I finished Fairy Fallen by Carol Beth Anderson. I'm giving it 5 stars. I love the world and the way that it's fantasy, but you get these little hints of sci-fi. I love the character dynamics and the way that the characters grow in their, like, beliefs and their, like, personalities and, like, all of that. I also love the ending because, like, I definitely need the next book, like, now. Also, speaking when I got to the ending, when I got to the epilogue, to the acknowledgements, I was reading through casually, yada yada yada. I see my fucking name. I forget my names in the acknowledgements because I was a beta reader. Oops, yeah, I forgot that my name was in the acknowledgements and freaked out. But that's the whole thing. I really enjoyed this book. It was, like, so good. I loved it. I will say that there was, like, a couple little, like, weak points, but, like, everything else made up for it. I love the world that has been created. and the way that things will continue to grow on top of that as the next books come out. I think it's going to be a trilogy. I think that is what Beth has said, or at least it's at least going to have another book. It has to have another book. It has to have another book based on the ending, because this has minor spoiler for the next 15 seconds maybe. This has a trope that I love, which is lost royalty / unknown royalty. I love that trope, and this book has it. So I was reading through it and I was like, like, I know stuff you don't know. Also, reading back and knowing where it ends, things that are said make sense. It makes more sense. You're like, oh, that comment's referring to that fact, or, oh, I know how this plan works out. I love doing rereads so much. Currently I am watching, well, I'm on the floor because I just filmed my 2020 books, 22, I'm tired, 22 books to read in 2022. Currently I am watching reading sprints on the channel Books and Bops, Zach and Casey. That's their names. I always just refer to them when I'm like anything else type thing by their names. So it's weird saying the channel. That's a whole thing. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like a little cuckoo in the head at this point. I kind of want to film one more video tonight. Although maybe not. I'm tired. I just want to crawl into bed. Speaking of crawl into bed, when I do crawl into bed, I will be starting a new book, but I will mention that later. So yeah. So it's now 8:20, and I made it to page 299 of The Night Circus, and honestly, at this point, I am trudging through it. I'm still I'm enjoying it-ish. It's gonna be no more than a 3-star, maybe even less. I'm kind of just forcing myself to finish it. Because I'm I've already made it over halfway. I think it's 58% is what Goodreads says. So yeah, I hate that I'm not forcing myself. I could DNF it, but part of me is I DNF'd it once. I want to finish it to see why everybody loves it. I don't see why everybody loves it. Well, not everybody loves it, because I know multiple people who have DNF'd it. I believe Lisa from Lisa Does Life has DNF'd it. Zach from Books and Bops, who I just mentioned earlier. When I mentioned I read this, he literally was on purpose or somebody forcing you? It's kind of like a joke of a bunch of people in the Discord love the book, and then he's just chilling there I hate it, I DNF'd it, and I'm I don't hate it. Part of me is I could be spending other time reading it, but I do kind of I am curious. Okay, I will say this. My favorite character so far is Bailey. And he's only had maybe 4 or 5 chapters. And yet he's my favorite, mainly because he's an outsider to all of this, and is almost just as confused as I am. So that is my favorite character. So yeah. And then I will be starting Unforgiven by Angelina J. Stifford, and this is the 3rd book in the Breath of Fate series. Technically I read this for that start 6 books and read 20 pages. I'm going to be continuing with that because, well, with this reading challenge, so I finished Hulk last night. Now I'm moving on to Spider-Man, which is start a YA book and read 20 pages. 20 pages, 200 pages. I wish it was 20 pages. It's 200 pages. But then somebody in the Discord, one of the people that put the event on, somebody asked if I started this book for this character, for the thing that I did, can I just continue it on and just read 200 pages beyond that? And so they were well, I guess so. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to hopefully do that done tonight, but that's 200 pages. I might be able to get that done. Who knows? Okay, so it is 4:40 and I am just picking up the camera now because I've been spending all day doing schoolwork. I got 2 assignments done, which I cannot remember the last time I got 2 assignments done in one day. Like, no, I got 2 assignments done and 2 different feedbacks of previous assignments. So I'm just like, I'm having a good day for schoolwork. So we're running with it. But last night I made it to 66% of Unforgiven, which means I read 240 sub pages last night. Oops. I also realized I didn't even explain what Unforgiven is about. But Unforgiven is the 3rd book in the Breath of Fate series, the 1st book being Torn, where we follow Lanny Dawson, who discovers that she is a Lightbringer, and Lightbringers essentially take the souls of like the dead to heaven, and then there are also, on the other hand, Shadowbringers who drag the souls of the dead to hell. And there is also this like Shadowbringer named Cass who is trying to steal Lanny's soul, because, do not quote me on this, I do not remember this exactly, but it's before a Lightbringer takes, like when a Lightbringer realizes they're a Lightbringer, they have until they take their first soul to heaven to like their soul can be like stolen by a Shadowbringer or something like that. So there's all that, and then now we're on book 3. I am going to preface that this one is my favorite book in the series. It's going to be a 5-star. Oh my gosh, I was about this close to saying fuck sleep and like binging this until I went to sleep, like until I was done. But I was like, I'll be up till 2 in the morning. That's a bad idea. I was so close to doing it, and like I'm not going to sleep tonight until I finish this goddamn book. Because in the 3rd book, there was this character that was introduced that when you first meet them, you're like, I'm sorry, you fucking, what? Huh? No, that makes no sense. And then things start to make sense, and then you're like, oh, that thing makes more sense that you learned in like book 1 type thing. And then there's like other things that you're just like, huh? What? Huh? This makes no sense. Like, oh, it's literally how I felt last night. Because I also remember on like Angelina's stream, like a live stream that she did on Facebook. It was for her like Secret Court release, which is the 5th book in the Shadow Kingdom series by her. She was doing a live stream, and I asked the question of like, who is your favorite character you've ever written? And she said a character's name, and I was like she was like, oh, this character from Unforgiven, and who will also appear in Tethered, which is book 4 in the Breath of Fate series. And I'm like, oh, I need to read that. I haven't met that character. Because she was like, it's one of the favorite characters, as well as a few others. That was her favorite. And now I definitely understand why this character is her favorite, because I was like so curious to meet him, and then we did, and I'm like, oh, I also literally love how like everything falls into place, and like I admire Angelina's like work ethic, and just the way she's able to piece these stories together and keep like and not have any plot lines or any pieces of information be muddled, and all of that. Like I just, oh my gosh, like damn, like she's, I think, maybe now up there as one of my favorite authors, because also just the way that she interacts with her, like the readers and like all that. That's a whole thing. Literally Unforgiven. I'm loving it so fucking much. And also quickly want to note that I will be finishing this for for like saving an Avenger, for the whole Avengers thing that's been going on this whole week. I'll be using that to save Nebula, because her thing was like, pick 3 books. Can be started books, can be books started before this, can be books you started during this, or just any book in general. And I put Unforgiven, The Night Circus, and How to Make a Wish by Ashley Heron Blake on it, because I've started that. I probably won't finish it. I will pick it up again at a later date probably. And I was like, please be Unforgiven, please be Unforgiven. I put I labeled them 1 through 3. I put it in a number generator, and it gave me number 1, which is Unforgiven. I was literally like, oh my god, this number generator is on my side. Thank you. But that's a whole funny thing. Okay, so it is 7:33 now, and I've read up to page 380 of The Night Circus, and no updates really. I will say there's things going on that I wasn't expecting, but then yet again, I don't really know where this book is going or anything like that. Not much to update on. I have it planned so that I will finish this by Saturday. A little bit longer than I wanted to. I wanted to have it done by like today or so. It was like a goal. But whatever, you do what you do. I still have time in the month to read all of my other reads. So I'm going to go finish Unforgiven. Okay, so last night I finished Unforgiven. I get 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. That ending has me like, I'm sorry, can it be February? So we can have Tethered, because like, there's like, how do I explain it without spoiling? But like, essentially like, there's now like these two characters who have this like weird like bond through like demon magic. And it's like, it's not who I wanted the bond to happen with. And then like, yeah. And like I'm pretty sure our characters are now like trapped in hell. So like, yeah. Like, it's just like all over the place. I know that today I really just have to do schoolwork. I kind of want to edit another video. I'm in an editing mood. That's a shocker. Or I might start editing this. I have to take a bunch of Instagram photos because I am like, I think I have one pre-done thing, but I need to write the review for that. I have a photo that is pre-done, but I just need to write the description for that, so I'll do that and all that, and I'm just like tired. I'm not doing a video for Saturday. Typically I do Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. This week I'm just doing Monday, which is my vlog, because I'm doing the 12 days of Bookmas, and I'm posting 13 videos in 13 days because my vlog falls the day before that 12 days starts. That's the whole thing. I know I need to do grocery shopping. Well, not grocery shopping per se, but more like grab a couple things from the store. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm currently at. I'm going to shut up now, and I will let you know how the day goes on. I do not know what ebook I'm starting, or if I even am going to start an ebook, because I just kind of want to edit my book, and like, in the editing process I'm at right now is literally just reading through it all, and like kind of like marking out big, like, that's a huge plot hole, or that entire like chunk needs to be rewritten type thing. So very early stages of editing, so yeah, probably won't start anything. I know there's a book that comes out tomorrow that I am very excited for, and it's only like 66 pages. Like, I found it on Amazon, so I'm like, oh, I'm getting that finished tomorrow for sure, because it comes out tomorrow, so I'm gonna read it tomorrow. So yeah, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, so I made it to page 416 of The Night Circus. I'm just not going to talk about this because, well, you know my feelings so far. They have not changed one bit. But it is 7 o'clock, so I'm going to crawl into bed. Also, yes, my hair is wet. We're just going to not mind that. But, so for the Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge, let's count how many times I've mentioned that in this vlog. But, so I completed Nebula last night when I finished Unforgiven, and then the next like thing I'm going down the giant path thing, is Drax and Mantis, which is to read, what is it? Read a funny or happy book for 1 hour, and I'm like, okay, all the books that I have on my TBR are either depressing, or they are fantasy, or they're thriller. So I'm like, what would be happy? Because part of me was like, oh, continue on with How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake, but then I'm like, no, that's kind of more depressing. And then I was like, oh, I know a book that is going to make me happy is Dipped in Holly by Dana Isley, which comes out tomorrow, and I'm going to be reading it tomorrow, but that's only 66 pages. That's not going to take me an hour. That's going to take me less than an hour. So I'm like, now I'm like, can I interpret the prompt as a book that will make you happy and like just read a book? I don't know. I will figure that out. I'm not going to read anything tonight as I'm tired and I kind of want to go to bed a little bit early. And then also I really want to, I don't know what I want to do. I want to either edit my like YA contemporary romance, which is essentially like just reading through it and like as I mentioned earlier, or I kind of also want to write my new adult romance that I have started, that I've been working on little bit by little bit since the beginning of November. So I might do both of that instead of reading, be productive in my writing and not my reading. I don't really know. I'm also tempted, there's just a few other things. I'm tempted to go completely off of my TBR, but then I don't want to because of that book coming out tomorrow, and that already not being on my TBR, as well as I've already read one book this month that isn't on my TBR, and then started another one that wasn't on my TBR. And also I just don't even know what I'd pick for that funny or happy book, so I literally have no idea. I'll figure that out and I'll let you know tomorrow if I figure that out, or maybe in my next vlog at this point, who knows. Okay, so it is almost 9:30 and I'm just getting ready to leave for work. Last night I did end up just reading a couple chapters of my book, like to do like the editing, and honestly I don't hate the book as much as I thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like you always hate on your own work until you actually read it and then you're like, okay, it's not horrible, it's not good. Wouldn't show it to anybody at this point, maybe in a little bit, but so far I'm enjoying my read through because I'm reading it as a reader and not an author, which is an experience I've never really done. I've always read my books as an author. So yeah, I will let you know as the day goes on, because I know that my dad is picking up my little cousin when he drops me off at work, because we have to babysit him all day, and I'll update when I get off of work and my little cousin's napping, because that probably will be about the same time, because he usually goes down for a nap at 2 and I probably will be getting off at work at 2, so yeah. So it is 1:40 and I got off of work at 1, was it? I know that currently my little cousin is taking a nap. He was just being put down for a nap when I got home. So he'll probably nap for another hour. I think I'm going to export some more of this footage for this vlog and start working on that, because, well, tomorrow I'd love to be able to film a few videos, because I don't think we're getting my little cousin tomorrow. So I kind of want to not have to edit the vlog as much tomorrow. And also, I just kind of want to edit a video. So, yeah, that's kind of like the plan, and yeah. So, the Night Circus is a 2.5 for me, so like right down the middle. Basically, like, I don't know really my thoughts. I know in my Goodreads review I said as much as I wanted to enjoy this book, I just didn't. I can possibly see a reason as to why others may love it, but I think the non-linear timeline plus all the different point of views just isn't for me. I spelled isn't wrong. I'll fix that. I also didn't really understand the competition aspect of the story because, well, I don't. I will say I enjoyed the first half better, as I read the first like 200 and some pages in like 24 hours, and then just slowly trudged through the last 300. Like, a thing on the back that says, a love story for adult that feels luxuriously romantic. There was like, I didn't realize the two main love interests were actually the main love interests until like halfway through the book. Like, again, I don't understand the competition aspect. I don't understand any of the magic, which that is meant to be. It's like you're not meant to know how the magic works, or why there's magic, or why the circus is made by magic, essentially, which I'm fine with that. But other things, I'm just like, honestly, like, this book just isn't for me. I don't know if I'm gonna keep my copy. or not. I know this is a book I will never reread. I will never want to read it. Such never want to read again. I just am honestly like glad I haven't finished just to say I've read it kind of thing. That's kind of why I didn't DNF, because there was kind of like a trudge in the middle where I was like, do I just say fuck it and DNF it? I am glad that I didn't DNF it, but honestly, like the last half of the story was just like, it was just like, okay, we're on a steady level of okay, then so 2.5, I remember at the beginning of this vlog, because I just added this clip earlier today, I was like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be like a 3 or a 3.5. I'm like, it's a 2.5. I think Cawpile gave it a 3, but that's because I was being generous with my things. So that's why I'm like 2.5. Because it feels better than a 2, but then I can't give it a 3, so 2.5. So the ebook I'm going to be starting tonight, which I will be updating the vlog on how I enjoyed that and all of that after I read it, is Dipped in Holly by Dana Isley, and this is a short, it's a short erotic novel, and this is kind of what I'm reading for that for that Drax and Mantis prompt of read a funny / happy book, and my logic is it's gonna make me happy while reading it, because like every so often I like reading smut. So essentially we follow, I think, 25-year-old Holly as she gets dumped by her boyfriend at this bar. I think he'll dress up as a sexy Santa, I think is what is said in the description, and all she wants to do is kind of go cry in the bathroom, but then the bar owner ends up like noticing her, and they start talking, and then that leads to, as I mentioned, it's an erotic novel. You can kind of fill in the blank. It's only 66 pages. Okay, so yeah, new angle that I actually really like. Do not mind the like mess back there. But I finished Dipped in Holly, and it did end up taking me, I think, exactly an hour. Which is because I was like reading it very slow pace. I got distracted with laughing at a few things. I will definitely say that this book, I gave it 4 stars. Like, that's what I'm giving it on Goodreads. Because like, it's exactly what I wanted, but I wish it was longer, which is what I say for every single novella I read. But I did really enjoy the characters' dynamics, although, again, I will say going into this book, I knew it had some content that, not that I'm uncomfortable with, but that it kind of takes me out of the story. And again, I knew that going into this. I remember when Dana first announced this book, I was like, I'm not gonna read it. It's not my type of book, anything like that. And then as more little teasers were dropped, and like other things, I was like, well, maybe. So then I read it. And I'm definitely excited to see more of these characters, because I know that Dana has is it a Valentine's Day thing planned with these characters? Originally she wanted to do a New Year's thing, which was teased at the end of the book, of like, the main male and the main male protagonist, the only male protagonist. There's like 4 named characters. But like, he was like, what are you doing for New Year's? And she's like, hopefully spending with you. And that was like meant to be like there was meant to be like a New Year's novella, but Dana was like, she don't have time to do it. So we're getting a Valentine's Day one, which is the day after my birthday. I don't know if it's being published on Valentine's Day or before. I have no idea. I'm imagining maybe beginning of February. And I definitely want to see more of this character dynamic. Definitely because this is very, 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 very like kinky. Like I'd say on like the like, okay, it's not very. Like this book definitely is slightly kinky, so it's probably like on like a my personal smut level, like a solid 3.5 maybe, 3.5. Yeah, 3.5, 3.5, 4. I'll figure that out. But I'm going to end this video here, because it is literally like, why do I have nothing that has a clock, an alarm here? Where is my iPad? Oh, it's over there. I was gonna look for the time. It's like almost 11:30. So I'm going to call it a night, and I will start this vlog again. Like, I will start my next vlog in the morning, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are curious to see how the rest of this Endgame boss battle works out, check out my next vlog, as well as my next vlog will be my Sprintathon, readathon reading vlog as well, because Sprintathon starts on Monday, although I'm starting my book for that tomorrow. I'll actually pop that out. Grab that now since I'm right here. Grab that out. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've already said that, so I'm just gonna end this vlog, and bye!